So in this video we're going to look at call and apply in JavaScript. So when do we use call and apply? When we use call and apply, we are usually working with objects. By using these methods, we can inherit object methods from one object to another. So for example, if a method was defined on object 1, it can then be called by object 2. Whilst the concepts behind call and apply are similar, the important difference to note is that when you use call, you pass the parameters explicitly, whereas with apply, you pass the second argument as an array. So let's look at an example to clarify this. We'll start by looking at the call method. So we'll go ahead and we'll create an object literal called person. And on this object, we'll create a method called details. In the body of the method, we'll return a template literal. This will just print out my name is, and then we'll interpolate this.name. Next, we'll create another object literal called Bob. We'll set a name property and give this the value Bob. Inside a console log, we'll use the call method and pass in Bob. So we say person dot details dot call, and in the parentheses we pass in Bob. We get a string returned which says my name is Bob. If we didn't use the call method here and just printed out person.details in a console log, we get my name is undefined. So by using call, we can use the details method defined on the person object, but in our separate object, Bob. And the this refers to what you pass in as a parameter to call. So if we console log the value of this inside of the details method, we can be clear of this. We run it now, and we get the Bob object printed to the console. So what is apply? Well, apply is very similar to call, except that we pass an array as the second parameter. Let's start by adding a parameter to our initial example where we used call. So we'll add age as the parameter to the details method, and then we'll add this to the template literal. We'll then pass in 12 to the parentheses of the call method. When we use the call method, we pass in the value for this argument after we pass in the Bob object. If we'd used apply, we would need to use an array here. So let's update our code to show this. So we'll change call to be apply, and then we'll use an array for the value 12. If we had not passed in an array when we had used apply, we would get an error. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more content.